Mark, so if you have to, let's say, construct the market in a time space, next 1 year, where do you think markets are headed? Next 3 years, where do you think markets are headed? And next 5 years, where do you think markets are headed? And what do you like within India? How would you decode it for us?
Well, as you know, I'm a perpetual optimist. I believe that markets will continue to go up. There will be big corrections. The good news is that when there's a big correction or when there's a bear market, it's very short-lived. It tends to last no more than a year. And then that provides an incredible buying opportunity. So it doesn't make sense to try to predict what's going to happen this year, next year, 3 years, 5 years from now. The best thing to do is to find the right stocks, stick to those regardless of what happens, buy more when the price goes down, and you'll do very, very well. So I have to say, this year, next year, 5 years, the Indian market will continue to do well. There'll be corrections along the way, of course, but at the end of the day, those who are in the Indian market in good stocks, in stocks with low debt, they should do fine.
Mark, we saw a comeback in value last year. We saw a comeback in commodities. We saw a comeback in the non-ESG dominated stocks. A tobacco company like ITC and a mining company like Coal India, they made a comeback. What led to this kind of an outperformance? And do you think this comeback in value stocks is here to stay?
Well, it's not a matter of necessarily value versus growth. It's really a matter of the ability of companies to determine pricing. In other words, those who are able to fix prices to higher than inflation. So we have to look at price makers rather than price takers in India or anywhere in the world. These are the companies that you want to look at. So at the end of the day, it's not a matter of what the market is doing in general, but what these companies are doing specifically. And I believe there are many companies in India that are price makers. In other words, they're able to fix prices ahead of inflation and continue to do that going forward. Not many of them, but there are enough to provide a great opportunity.